Biker boy, Shockman. Hey, noble ones, today calls for celebration. Now, do you remember when a couple of weeks ago we had this whole big situation whereby the UK was blocking, in the sense of preventing, denying entry to the United Kingdom for Hasan Piker, saying we don't want this guy, which already kind of surprised me. I gotta say, based Britain when it comes to that, and I can't say that. I mean, I haven't said braced Britain when it comes to the government. I have for the Patriots, but not the government. In the last, however many years that traitor to the West, Keir Starmer, has been in power. With that being said, this one, great, yes. So Hasan Piker, we don't want him, which is kind of crazy because I was actually expecting Labour to kind of like him, but no, not even the UK, not even the freaking police stated you have to show ID, we're going to arrest you for speech, want to have anything to do with the activist Hasan Piker. Now, if you remember that, well, there is more. Hasan Piker reacts for being blacklisted this is beautiful, from speaking at Denver-based event centers. Gee, I wonder why they blacklist this, an attack on freedom of speech. We'll get back to that. But anyways, I would like to say, Hasan, come on. You should be happy. At least I didn't whitelist you, because that would have been 50 times worse for you, right? At least it's blacklist. It's better that way, right? Minorities and representation and inclusivity, diversity and all that. Anyways, let's see what he says. What does he have to say? Let's see the depth of his philosophical elucubrations. Let's go.
Fuck.
I love it. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. But here's the thing, though. I'm actually interested in his choice of wardrobe, because I gotta say, his wardrobe, literally, his clothes recently have devolved. I think they're an excellent manifestation of his state of mind, because honestly, he literally went from alternative commie boy in a rich social campus in California to copying Nick Fuentes to whatever the heck this was, to 20th century totalitarian regime. What is this? At this point, since you're a champagne socialist anyways, why don't you just add a little red band right here on the side with a very famous inverted Indian sacred symbol? I mean, at this point, you might as well. Let's have a drink. But anyways, let's see how he's gonna complain about it. No, this was that. So let's see how he's gonna complain about it. This one is 5 minutes. I don't think I can make, because 5 minutes with Hasan Piker means that there is 1 minute and 13 seconds of speech, and the rest is 15 to 20 seconds long pauses. I don't even know how his audience tolerates it. But let's have a look.
I just found out there were like venue changes, because I thought it was because people were showing a lot of interest, and there were numerous venue changes, and the last venue that we arrived at, they canceled last second. Julie also dropped out. Senator Julie Gonzalez's statement: today I'm deciding to no longer participate in the rally with Hasan Piker at no fault of the event organizers. Multiple venues who canceled the 11th hour, and I have been told that it was a violation of the venue contracts. I appreciate Hasan Piker, Milat Quiroz, and Justin Pearson, and Representative Donna McKinney for inviting us to engage. In my remarks today, I plan to speak about the toll that crisis after crisis into consideration at all. These are big business owners.
Awful. One might say capitalists
that are capitulating to at a time when there's unprecedented amounts of attacks on free speech. These are big business owners.
Yeah, but you don't. Oh my gosh, free speech. But before we continue, let's have a word from today's sponsor. Recently, a jury ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions for their role in designing and promoting addictive platforms. They knew their platforms could contribute to anxiety, depression, and body image issues, but did not share those risks while prioritizing profits. The recent historic verdict underscores the consequences of those decisions. If you or your child spent years growing up on social media and experienced serious mental health struggles, you should hear this. Morgan & Morgan is stepping up to hold these platforms accountable for the harm they caused. You can use the link in my description or scan the QR code to take a short quiz to see if you qualify for a case. You may be entitled to a potential recovery of up to $1,000.
That seemingly are supposed to be apolitical or liberal adjacent, turning around and leaning into the right-wing smears.
Oh yeah, it's the right wing. Of course, it's always. I'm waiting now for him to complain about Asmongold, of course, because it's always about Asmongold, isn't it? But here's the thing, Piker Boy. I'm a massive supporter of free speech, and yet I'm so happy that you are being banned, that you're finally starting to get what you deserve, which is consequences, something you've never had because of you're a rich, spoiled mummy boy dressed in tens of thousands of dollars outfits and Gucci bags. You have never had anyone say no to you. You have been able to cross the line so many times on Twitch, but you got your big friend because of politics. You got your big friend's Twitch CEO being okay with you. You've been allegedly inciting violence. You have been inciting threats. He's the one who said that there is revolutionary potential. That's what you. So people invite you, and you say that you are in favor of robbing banks, then you're in favor of breaking the law, that you think someone's got to do it, and we all know what that means. You're talking about the assassination of the sitting president of the United States. You say all of this shit, while at the same time, that's when he's invited, by the way. That's when this clown who LARPs as some kind of 20th century totalitarian macho man, that's when he's invited to speak publicly. When he speaks at home, keyboard warrior comfort, then he goes way worse. And I've shared it many times, literally calling his audience to stab people of a certain political ideology, meaning everyone who is right of him and the capitalist, and to take the I can't even repeat it, because if I repeat it I get demonetized. But he has had zero consequences, none, nothing, null, zero, for years. So now, just like any spoiled child, is pitching a fit, is giving a temper tantrum because he has never been told no. And finally, after reviewing all the nonsense that this guy has been spewing about the revolutionary potential of the people, because it's not like this guy's pro-democracy, pro-republic, pro-will of the people, absolutely not. He's allegedly, by my understanding, in my humble opinion, based on the data that I had available to review, he's pro-violence when it comes to these kind of situations, not to mention the terrorists that he has hosted and supported. Finally, these venues have decided, you know what, maybe not, because that's not free speech. Once again, a phenomenal proof of how anti-American this man is. There is not a single cell in his body that has any modicum of patriotism for this country. And free speech is an American thing. In Europe, it's mostly gone. The UK, you get arrested for a retweet. Not even for tweeting something, for daring to retweet someone else. So you gotta be careful not to click by mistake and retweet something tweeted by whatever the heck the government doesn't like. Do you think they have free speech in Muslim countries that he likes so much? Do you think they have free speech in China that he thinks is the shit, it's great, it's the bomb? Do you think they had free speech in any of the totalitarian governed countries, whether it be the USSR under Stalin, whatever the heck, whether it be 1940s Germany under the Austrian Painters Fan Club, whether it be fascist Italy with Benito Mussolini, whether it be Franco with Spain? Every time that this guy complains about free speech, it's a lie. We know it because he supports everything that is based on the death of free speech, aka hate speech laws.
This kind of disruption does not happen to right-wingers, man. This kind of disruption, regardless of the amount of pushback that they receive from actual student groups and actual protesters and actual organizers, schools never do this kind of thing.
Schools never do this kind of thing. What about the kind of pushback that Charlie Kirk received in his neck? How are people gonna say, yeah, true, to blatant lies? And of course, Charlie Kirk's is the extreme. It just so happened in Britain that a right-wing guy who was with Reform got beaten to a pulp because he had a little stand to discuss immigration policy, and a bunch of, I'm gonna say it, foreigners of a certain kind, you already know, you don't need to see the pictures, beat him up to a pulp. The guy had a concussion. He couldn't even sleep for the next few days because of the damage that they dealt. What about Steven Crowder? Even Nick Fuentes got, so many right-wingers got demonetized and kicked out of platforms and get monumental amounts of backlash. Are you out of your mind? No, the reality is that this is the first time that it happened to you, and you are used to a world that is so biased in your direction and so protective for whatever the heck reason. At this point, probably the devil got involved. Satan himself supports him. But the problem is that eventually justice prevails.
Venues never do this kind of thing for Ben Shapiro. They never did this kind of thing for Charlie Kirk.
I don't believe it. He actually said it. I didn't think he was going to say it. I thought he was going to pretend it never happened. At this point, if you follow this man, you're scum, you're a vermin, you're worms. If you follow this man, you don't care about the truth. You have the goal to say Charlie Kirk never got this kind of pushback. They killed him. They shot him dead. Is that enough pushback to you? Oh my gosh, it's just unbelievable. I don't believe I'm actually hearing this.
It only goes in one direction.
People are saying correct in chat. No, sir. Yes. Nope, it does not. These people we can't be the same species. I don't believe that I'm the same species as the kind of people that follow him. Because at this point, and you know that he does, he can lie. He can say anything. He can say, hey, I'm wearing a bathing suit. And they're all going to be like, yes, great suit. I hope you can go to the pool, have fun. He's going to say he's black. He's going to say he's white. He's going to say he's short. He's going to say he's tall. He's going to say he has a red beard. It doesn't matter. He can say whatever he wants. He'll say that the USSR never killed a single soul, and people will believe it. Be like, yeah, that's true. Wow, this is incredible. I don't know. At this point, I'm losing my mind. While complaining about free speech?
It only goes in one direction. I find that very odd. Yeah, like Milo Yiannopoulos, like people who are rabble-rousers.
Milo was like blocked from everything, as far as I know.
And firebrands, but spew hateful rhetoric on purpose.
That would be you, the lack of self-awareness. Like you pushed for direct violence. And he's the one who has always got away with it. You know it. That's how it is. It's true. People got banned for nothing. Tectone got banned for nothing. Asmongold got banned for nothing from Twitch. Not forever, for a certain period of time. He never did. Even though he said the most atrocious things that you can imagine. I mean, Destiny is disgusting, but I think he's worse. Because Destiny, except for a couple of times where he did, allegedly, push for violence on the streets against conservatives. He did do it, alleged, but he only did it like maybe a couple of times as far as I know. But the majority of times, Destiny uses disgusting language. He mocks people dying, but he doesn't because he knows that he can get away with it because it's still free speech in this country, even if it's ugly. It stops becoming free speech and getting protected when it pushes for violence, which, as I say, Destiny did do. But he doesn't do it like him. He does it like calling people for direct calls. He's like left-wingers, liberals, and then does the full-on alleged call for violence. Destiny, however, doesn't do that. Because Destiny knows he's not going to get away with it. And in fact, Destiny got banned on Twitch. This guy does 50 times more and never got any consequences for it.
Those people never got their venues canceled. There was never an instance where these venues were canceled. And what's better yet, here's what's interesting about this. There wasn't even any like real protest. No one was like, oh my God, Hasan's
coming
to Denver.
Who's going to Man, he thinks he's the shit. This reminds me when he went to New York and he thought he was going to be allowed in the upper chambers with New York's mayor, but then he wasn't on the list. And I remember I made a video about it. It was so gross. This guy was like, well, I'm not on the list. Okay, well, it's fine, dude. I only have 75,000 people watching right now. Probably half of them are bots. But anyways, I have 75 people watching, but cool. That's cool. Oh, gosh. So that's what he's expecting because he thinks he's the shit.
Protest that. It's just phone calls. It's just shady backroom deals.
Yeah.
That's what makes it even crazier. Because it's not like there are a lot of people. As a matter of fact, there are a lot of people who were excited to participate in this event.
Yeah, that would be either the people that were ready to completely demolish you, so excited because of that, or they were your little minions.
These venues have, due to, I guess, pressure from big donors, pressure from the Trump administration, potentially, pressure from establishment Democrats that didn't want this event to take place, turned around and canceled their contracts last minute to gum up the works, to move people around.
Fantastic. I think the government should get involved, by the way, once again, because it isn't protected speech. This kind of rhetoric, the one he spews, is the dangerous one. His rhetoric is the violent one. His rhetoric is the one that destroys any form of possible civil discourse. It's his. You can't push for and say someone's got to do it for the sitting president and think that, and then call your opponents and say that they are the ones that are hateful and push the rhetoric.
It's actually shocking. Live Nation Entertainment. Live Nation Entertainment leans blue,
Uh-huh.
technically.
I actually love it. I actually love it that there are liberals that hate him. I do. I really do. If you're a liberal and you hate him, man, you get a lot of points with me. Even though we are on different positions, because I will never be a liberal. You will never find me dead being a liberal. With that being said, if you're a liberal and you hate this scum, I'm like, bro, I'll buy you a pizza. What do you want? Coffee? I'll get you whatever you want. Buffalo margarita on me. On me, brother.
With their donations.
Yeah, what a difficult life you have.
But what I mean is this. If any Republican went through this process, if any Republican commentator, no matter how right-wing they are, had a similar process like this, the entirety of the media apparatus would make a fuss over it.
Yeah, we did make a fuss over Charlie Kirk being shot dead, didn't we?
The entire Republican media apparatus would be up in arms saying, see, the liberals hate free speech.
I think it is such a clown low IQ. Literally, this is a room temperature IQ take. Not just any room, though. A room in Africa temperature IQ in summer. Anyways, the reason why you're yes, absolutely, you're right. If someone cancelled, which they do, by the way, do you remember Sargon of Akkad, Carl Benjamin? He was supposed to speak at Oxford, I think it was, and then they cancelled it. Yeah, he complained about it, and I think the cancellation was out of place, but whatever. Here's the thing, though. Yeah, you're right. If there is a right-wing person and they need to speak and then they're cancelled and deleted and blacklisted, I'm sure that the Republican media would defend them. Absolutely. Would say it's wrong because free speech. Totally. But isn't it interesting that the Democrats, liberals, they are not doing that for you? And you think it's because they are stupid, or they are weak, or they are scared. But no, the reality is that they know they can't win this because it isn't about free speech. And they know that with you, they can't do it. They can't do it. That's why not even the liberal, not even the left-wingers. By the way, he hates liberals. I'd like to underline. This guy is so far left that to him, liberals are right-wingers. That's the reality of it. But anyways, I wanted to say, that's why. That's why no one is defending you. Because they know. But what did he say again? Oh, shit, that's not free speech. Okay, maybe drop the free speech. The only people that defend him and say, oh, what about his free speech? I thought he was about free speech. The only people that say this are those who don't know what he said, or those who do know what he said, agree with him. They're not going to do it. No major liberal or democratic outlet is going to claim free speech has been broken, First Amendment of the Constitution. No senator will do that. No, they won't do it. They will not do it.
They're doing it again. We don't have a similar system. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, even if it's like beneficial.
That is true, because as far as I know, who was the last left-wing political commentator who got shot dead because of what they were saying at a university campus? I know Destiny goes to a lot of university campuses. I hate the guy, but I hope he never gets shot. And at the end of the day, I hope he doesn't get shot. I hope he gets imprisoned, but I hope he doesn't get shot. Because I hope no one gets shot. So if it does happen that a left-wing commentators, even someone I absolutely despise, gets shot, I would absolutely push for maximum penalty for the assassin. Because that is the death of free speech. What happened to Charlie Kirk is the death of free speech. Not little champagne boy who gets away with everything, and finally we're starting to get some repercussions for what he has done, which isn't free speech, in my humble opinion. I'm not a lawyer. Consult any law firm if you want to have a better analysis.
There are moments where you bury the hatchet. Okay? Even if there is like factional infighting amongst the left and the liberals, this is an instance where you bury the hatchet.
But they're not doing it, are they? They're not going to bury the hatchet because they know you're a lost cause.
To fight back against the Republican forces that we are supposedly aligned in combating. Okay? That's how it works. Republicans understand that, and they let bygones be bygones all the time.
Right, but the infight within the right recently because of the war in Iran is insane. But I mean, I guess, sure.
They put their differences aside when it comes down to combating liberalism, leftism.
Not to mention, guys, let's read what he said here at the top, because it's unbelievable. Check this out. He says, free speech is directly under attack in this country. In this country. This one. The one and only country at this point that is... unless Democrats wake up and fight back, they will be next. No, clown. Democrats will still be able to speak their mind as much as they want, as long as they don't do, what you do. And there is, like, literally, I'm right. Because take his sentences verbatim, swap capitalist, right-wingers, conservatives, and place liberal, progressives, leftists, and put them in the mouth of any right-wing commentator. They would be demonetized instantly. He gets away with it. And in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the government didn't get involved in that alternate scenario where, let's say, it was still under the Biden administration and whatnot. That's the reality of it. The same words that he uses, give them to, at this point, I don't even know why he gets this kind of preferential treatment over literally everyone. Give those words to a conservative, gives those words to a far centrist, dare I say. No one gets away with the kind of shit that this guy says. So yeah, no, Democrats are going to be okay. As long as they don't push for direct violence, Democrats will be able to speak their mind. There's still First Amendment rights. It's just that you either don't understand them or are so brainwashed that you can't even see them, or you know exactly what you're doing, which is lying. You're lying because you want power, unjust preferential treatment over everyone else, because of the layers of justification you got in your head, whereby you are the good guy. I don't even know how someone like him thinks he's the good guy, he's on the correct side of history. I don't get it. And I'm not even talking about politics. I'm just saying the way he acts and the double standards, the lies, the stuff when he was telling us that on one stream he says he was brought up without money and poverty, and then on the next, so he understands people who didn't have nothing growing up, but at the same time he was brought up affluent on a different stream where he had a little horseback riding full of money. I mean, which one is it? It's ridiculous. He can say whatever he wants. He can say blue, red, whatever he wants. Same screen. The sky's blue. No, the sky's red, and his whatever the heck, minions will agree, because they are there for the vile takes. They love it. They are addicted to his poison that he vomits. So they're okay with everything, and they're just waiting, pushing him to go a little more unhinged, a little more, every single time. It's exhausting to see.
And all manner of progress. I don't like this. There's something strange taking place here.
Yeah, it's so strange that you can't, get away with the shit you push. So strange. What happened? I mean, from his point of view, it is strange.
I'm going to be honest with you.
You have never been honest.
I mean, there's a new element of danger involved with this situation now that it's like...
Yeah, this is the danger, not him saying someone else needs to do it, revolutionary potential, go around in the streets, fill the streets with capitalist blood. That's not danger. This is danger.
Literally an unsanctioned outdoor event. It feels like a level of coordination that I did not fucking think would take place.
So we had a bunch of security. We had 13 security guards there, ready to go. We're like, just in case.
So what was their response for it?
Their response was actually, they were like, in the email, they're like, hey, we're just getting pushed back from community. We can't do that. We go in there, and he looks pretty emotional. And he's like, I've been getting blown up my phone all morning from people.
That's a sick record player in the back, though. I do appreciate that one. It's pretty cool. Pretty vintage. You know what's insane about this? That even a man I absolutely despise, oh my gosh, don't show me that face. Even a man I absolutely despise, a vermin like Destiny, but even he was right. I'm going to watch just the very beginning, for like 20 seconds, because I don't think I can tolerate his voice for longer than that, but check this out.
Schools never do this kind of thing. Venues never do this kind of thing for Ben Shapiro. They never do this kind of thing for Charlie Kirk. What? It only goes in one direction.
Oh my God.
I find that very odd. I find that very strange.
Like, how crazy do you have to be to be like, stuff like this doesn't happen to like Charlie Kirk. He never got any pushback. Like, Lil Bro got assassinated.
See, that's why you don't get this. So I hate that you're making me agree with Destiny. But that's exactly what we're seeing here, right? We're seeing a liberal refusing to support this scumbag, even though he expects the likes of him to support him. It's a what?
Holy shit. Lil Bro got murked. We have verbs now that we use in the United States of America to describe people getting assassinated as a result of his killing. Charlie Kirk never had to deal with this shit.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
He's dead. That guy got killed, bro.
Yeah, like Milo Yiannopoulos, like people who are rabble-rousers and firebrands.
Milo got banned from like 30 different countries, kicked out of how many fucking colleges and is so fucking canceled. Literally nobody in the entire political world wants to have anything to fucking do with except for sometimes Kanye West when he's off his meds. What are you talking about?
See, here's the thing. Two completely different strategies. Because this goblin at the bottom left here at least understands that he can't just say, look, the sky's red when it's blue, and expect people to be like, bro, to not say, bro, that's a lie, that's not true. But the likes of this scumbag vermin on the top right here, he thinks he can do it. He thinks he can say, how can you say with a straight face, Charlie Cook never got that kind of pushback? Not even Destiny, the omniliberal. Not even Destiny.
His audience is so politically retarded. They don't know anything about what's going on. Even in the online political world, they don't know anything. That's crazy. I can understand maybe being too online and not knowing real politics, but not even in the online political world, they have no idea what's going on. What the
Those people.
Yes, and he says literally whatever he wants at this point, and he'll say, there is no glass with me, in front of me with a drink. It's not there, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, no, it's not there." He'll manufacture a reason. It's
those people never got their venues canceled.
Like, what are you talking about? These are like some of the biggest political skills. Maybe he just didn't know because Lil Bro was too busy talking about raping women and hating trans people on frat bro tips or whatever. Well, he was part of his frat and going to fucking brothels or whatever and bragging about it. What is he talking about? It's like this is the most retarded political anything. I don't even want to call it analysis. Jesus.
It is.
There was never an instance where these venues were canceled. And
oh my, bro.
Never an
whatever, bro. The reason why he probably doesn't know is he wasn't there because I was the one in the trenches fighting at this time. I was the one who's...
I honestly think, I'm going to stop with Destiny now, but I honestly think he knows. I think he knows. It's just that he can get away with lying. He knows. He knows. He can say whatever he wants, and he expects not only his audience to agree, which they do, but he also expects the rest of the left, including the center left, that he has dunked upon for years, but he expects them to also react that way. But you know how they react? Like Destiny did now. So there's that. The center left, the Democrats, the liberals, they're not going to support you. Hasan Pike, not going to happen. Because it's bullshit. Bullshit! I'm out. If you appreciate my content so far and wish to help ensure my ability to continue to tell it how it is, regardless of any possible backlash, please support this channel on Patreon. Any support helps me and my team of academics keep the channel strong and gives us the means to fight back against the political rewriting of history. Stand with us, form the wall, defend the truth.